tags and everything. Can we drink these?
Leftover from the last event.
All right, members of the media, we have Kentucky Valley head coach Clive Farley, players Kaylee Basden, Autumn Hall, and Audrey Evans. Coach, if you could, a few comments on the game, then we'll feel quick.
It was a great game to watch, I'm sure, for the fans. It was a fun game to coach. We just, our shooting percentage was not very good. We missed a bunch of shots that we normally make. One of those games, so it felt like at times we couldn't hardly throw it in the ocean. But we sure played hard and came down, cut it down. We had a shot, but it just wasn't meant to be. So it's a hard loss. But, we're going to accept it and we're going to move on and we'll be fine.
Questions?
What happened on and game-ending sequence there. I mean, obviously the Colbank girl had 25 rebounds.
Yeah, we didn't get that rebound. We needed that particular rebound, and we didn't get it. And we fouled her, and she made her shots, and we just didn't. We got a good look there at the end. We just didn't knock it down.
Tough night shooting from outside. Was there any sort of message to kind of move it in a little bit more?
No, we make those normally. We've made them for 4 years in a row. We're not going to change our whole game plan just because one day we're not hitting. That sounds sounds rough, but if you know me, I've spent 4 years telling them shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. I'm not suddenly in one game going to say, let's stop shooting that. So that's all on me. I said I encouraged them to keep shooting. It was not their idea, all me.
Coach, you talked about coaching these girls for the past 3 years.
It's the most magical team I've ever coached in many ways because, we won a championship last year, but these 3 girls have been through it for 4 years in a row. We've seen some lows there early, and then we've seen a lot of highs. This is a low, but this moment will not define us. It's this moment's definition, but it will not define us. We're not one loss. We're a program that we've rebuilt this program. We're going to continue that the tradition that we've put in here, and these 3 girls are special. They've been basically starting their whole lives, but Audrey come off the bench at some point. But 2 of these girls, Audrey and Kaylee, I've coached them from 6th grade on, and it's been magical. Autumn's been a 4-year starter. I love them. They have filled a huge void in my life, especially this year. This year, I needed them probably way more than they ever needed me, and I'll never forget that, never.
In the third quarter, giving up an 8-0 run, and then over the first 6.5 minutes, you guys countered with an 8-0 run, tying without a point. So that sequence there, what kind of got you guys going to get back in tie?
Our defense picked it up a notch, and then we normally, when we're having that run, it just took us longer to carve into that 8 points against most teams. And I give them total credit for that. Tucker is a very, very good basketball team. Most teams that we play during that run that took 6 minutes, we've done put about 15 or 16 on the board. We didn't do that today, but I give them, they played great defense. They shut things down. They closed out well. They rebounded well. I give them total credit on that. That wasn't us. That was them, But we called back in it, and we kind of felt like we'd turned it, but didn't turn out that way.
Coach, it was a physical game. Did that play a little bit more into Tucker County's hands?
I don't know. Probably today it did, maybe a little bit. But, we're physical. We're used to playing physical. We like physical. We wasn't whining. We wasn't crying. We never once hollered anything about the physicality. As long as they call it on both ends, we're good with that. We thumped and knocked a lot, too. Just might not look as bad because we're not as big. But I thought it was a well-called game. They were consistent. I liked it.
So, obviously you've been, obviously it was a hard loss, like you said, but, you just mentioned, the time that you had coaching these girls over the years, the positive contributions that came from that. What do you, I don't know how many years in a row, you all made the state tournament.
2.
But, maybe 2 years. So, what kind of, if you wanted to look for some silver lining, what kind of foundation do you think that you hope this sets, for the program in the years to come? Knowing that you all have made the state tournament 2 years in a row.
Well, we turned things around that first year. We've had a 4-year. We've been in 4 straight regional finals, so it's not like it turned last year when we won it or this year. These girls have put this program on their back, and they've taken it from a program that won 4 or 5 games in 4 or 5 years to a program that's won probably closing in on 100 games. So I think that foundation's been set from day one when they come up there and just took it and put it on their shoulders, and they've carried it. It's all about them, not really about me.
Autumn, what's it like going up against a player like Katie Colbank? She had a great game today, but you finished with 13 rebounds. Just talk about that game with her.
Well, first, I'd like to thank God for letting us get here because, honestly, we couldn't do anything without him. And it was a battle. I was lucky to get those 13. She's got a few inches on me, but she's a good player.
defensively, I feel like the coach or any of the players, y'all was trying to use that to get you back in the game. Fourth them in the 25 turnovers, like you said, nearly got you back, just fell just short. But, that really got you.
Yeah, turnovers did. The problem was we had to work so hard to convert them. We didn't convert them into instant layups like we do a lot of times. We had to come down and run our offenses. And again, they turned it over, but then they played good defense on the other end. So it just kept that from being that Tug Valley run that we're kind of famous for.
I know that I know that mentioning like the like the field goals made, field goal attempts for each player who isn't like it. I know it doesn't change the outcome of the game, but Kaylee, I'm not trying to but like Kaylee, she shot 324, Audrey shot 326. Do you think that might have had something to do with like the gym or like the goal or the rim? Like
No, just one of those. Absolutely not. We played here. We won 3 games here last year. Floor's different, but the lights, everything else same. Depth perception same. We shot the lights out of it. This time last year in the first game, she set the record of all-time threes. So wasn't that game wasn't too big for them. Just had a bad shooting night. That's all there was to it.
Kaylee, I got a question for you. So, obviously it's been a special season for you, becoming the program's all-time leading scorer on January 27th. But, obviously, it comes to the end of the day of the loss, that stuff. Like, what is playing for Tug Valley meant to you?
It's been amazing. And disappointed them today. I probably played the worst game of my life, but it's been the best 4 years I could ask for.
And Audrey, I guess I'll ask you the same question. What is playing for Tug Valley meant to you all these years? And what positives do you think you can take out of this loss? I know it's tough, but
one of the positives is that we have a family. Like we're probably the closest thing you'll ever meet because we've been through everything. Like I've had a lot of loss in my life, and this is basketball's helped me. It's helped me become a better student, a better person, and like Coach said, me and Coach, we've been playing ball since 6th grade, going to school together forever, and this team's become my family, and I couldn't ask for no better team. And at the end of the day, I'd rather be in our locker room than theirs because this team means the world to me. And Tug Valley's been amazing. These 4 years have been the best, and I just give God all the glory for everything because we've overcome a lot of things this year. We're out.
Any further questions? All right, thank you all very much.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate you. All righty. Take your cups, children. Girls, get your cups and drop them in the court.
He blocked off the hole there.
Thirsty.
Yeah, they change around every
Yeah.
year. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the media, we have Tucker County head coach Dave Helmick. We've got players Katie Colbank, J.D. Kuhn, and Briley Wetzel. Dave, a few comments on the game, then we'll field questions.
Yeah, I thought our girls played well. I mean, especially in that second half. I mean, our whole goal was to, push pace when we could, attack them and kind of keep them on their heels, especially offensively. If we could push pace and get it down and get a better look off the fast break, that was our plan. Obviously, we had to run some half-court offense at times, but I thought the girls did a good job of that. In the first half, we kind of got away from them and did what we need to do defensively of holding them to one shot for the most part and limiting, obviously limiting Baisden. I mean, she's a heck of a player, so we were focused on that. It looks like we did a pretty good job of that. 3 of 24. I'll take that defense any day of the week.
Questions?
Katie, I mean, heck of a game for you, double-double, and of course finished it out at the end. Just talk about kind of your mindset going through and definitely your mindset in those last couple seconds.
I mean, my mindset was to win the game and to advance to the semifinals and possibly bring home a state championship for my team. And, I mean, in the end, yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but, I mean, I've shot foul shots practice every time at the end of practice, like just me shooting with my sister, just making sure I get all my technique down, and it really didn't bother me at the end, all that pressure.
Katie, those last couple free throws you get there in the final seconds, when you nail them and you go ahead and, your defense holds them at the other end, just, that moment when y'all are celebrating right there, just describe that feeling when you found out, like when it was official that your free throws turned out to be the difference in the game.
I mean, it's awesome. It's what every player dreams of, helping their team win the game and advancing into the state tournament.
Katie, you broke a 38-year-old state tournament record with 25 rebounds. Did you feel like you were kind of getting in the groove there? At what point did you feel like you'd have that sort of dominant game on the boards?
I mean, my whole goal this year was to be a better rebounder. I promised a coach of mine that I would be the best rebounder in the state of West Virginia, and I just took that into this game and tried to grab every board that came my way.
I will say this, I'll interrupt there. She had 2 games this year, one 28 rebound game and one 27 or so rebound. It might have been 29. I can't remember. It was high 20s. So, as a coach, you kind of get complacent at that thing because she's doing it every night, and she did lead the state in rebounding averaging over 16 a game. So.
Coach, Tuck Valley, if I'm not mistaken, Tuck Valley eliminated you all in the semifinals last year, and did that kind of stick with you all when you all found out that you all were playing Tuck Valley today? Did y'all kind of circle that day? Did last year's loss stick with you all, and did that kind of fuel your win today over them? What was your conversation with the team when you found out you were playing Tuck Valley and you got that you had a chance to get revenge for last year? Two
things motivated us. And one was that we were going to play Tug, and they knocked us out in the semis, and we feel like we didn't play well last year. The other motivation was a 6 seed because we didn't feel like we had all deserved a 6 seed. We beat 4 teams, and we went 4-0 in the Big Ten, which is a conference up in north central West Virginia. Now, we didn't play the best teams in the Big Ten, I get you that. But I feel like our schedule was strong enough to deserve more than a 6 seed. So I kind of used that for motivation for these kids. And, I feel like it was a disrespect to us being a 6. And we went out and proved that, I don't think we were a 6. And honestly, the fault of that and who knows, the coaches are voting. But, Tug Valley probably don't think we're 6 right now either. And that's where it's unfair, in my opinion. Tug, if they are a 3, they don't deserve to play a team like us that isn't a 6. And that's why I believe it needs change. We need to go and reward teams for their strength of schedule. Similar to what we do in football with a point system. If I beat a team that's won 10 or 12, 15 games like Petersburg, then I get bonus points for that. You know, we split with Petersburg. They're here in AA. You know, we knocked off Philip Barber, who at third place, who is here in AAA. I mean, you know, and every team's beat teams. I get that, but you know, there has to be some kind of way to take it out of the coach's hands and make it more fair, in my opinion.
Coach, after that 5-0 start, you guys got a little bit cold there for a while. How do you keep the confidence up and finish it how you guys did?
Well, you know, I was just trying to focus them on just playing defense and getting stops. I think that last time out, and girls could tell you, what would I say? We just need stops. I mean, we got to lead, just get stops here. We got to hold them to one shot, get stops. You know, I preached that all year, and I think a lot of people kind of don't understand that. But you know, offense is not usually the way you win games. It's usually you stopping the opponent. You know, you get a little bit of a lead, and I feel like the stops are more important sometimes than going down and shooting layups. You know, like at the end of the game, we're up 4. And we really didn't need a layup, and then that's a teaching moment. You know, I think what everybody don't understand here, I got 9 sophomores on this team. 9 of my 12 girls on this team are sophomores, 1 senior. So, you know, to come down here and get a win is huge, but come down here, most importantly, and get the experience is what it's all about. And we got 1 more game of experience at least, and that's going to go forward to, you know, whatever we do in the next game, whether it be to the win to the next game or, you know, coming back next season for these kids. So, you know, that was my focus in the timeouts.
Talk about that final sequence there. They hit 3, go up 1, there's no timeout, 12 seconds left. The girls don't panic. They get up there, get the free throw line, and obviously Katie ends up getting the offensive rebound. But just keeping your composure in that moment kind of speaks volumes, I'd say. Well,
you know, they did a good job of pushing it, you know, and we got a good pass over to Jaden, who had, you know, a good layup and got fouled. And honestly, you know, we had a game at Taggart's Valley this year that we didn't win, and I called timeout, and you know, and it was like similar situation, but you know, I kind of regretted it as a coach. You go back and look at that. So when I seen Jaden had a clear look at the basket, there was no way I was calling timeout and stopping that. But you know, Katie pushed in there and pinched her way in and got that rebound, offensive rebound, and she'd done that 2 or 3 times throughout the game. So, I mean, it wasn't really a surprise that she did get the offensive board because she did a good job of, you know, getting in there and pinching down. But, you know, when they fouled her, you know, obviously you look at, you know, what she's done from the foul line this year. Coming in this game, I think she's hit 16 foul shots in a row. You know, she was 10 of 10 against Union, 6 of 6 against Taggart's Valley. So, you know, and the 2 she missed today popped out. I mean, they were right there. So, you know, she could very well went 6 for 6 today. So she's done a good job of, you know, getting that foul line figured out. You know, had a little struggle at the beginning of the season, but kudos to her and all these girls for, you know, keeping it together, like you said, showing the composure, and playing some of those games like Taggart's Valley game and not winning, I think goes far to, you know, trying to get it done down here.
Any further questions? All right, thank you all very much. Congratulations, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave.
Thanks. Appreciate it.